Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a explanation of the twin flame journey, and just so everybody has a good idea of what it is and what it means, so when you hear me talk about it on my channel you'll understand. Okay, and this is my explanation according to my research and what I've done. All right, because I've done quite an extensive, deep digging in this situation because I've been in it and I wanted to understand it more. So I went through the astrology of it and I went through the numerology of it, and I've studied it for the past 3 years. So let me go through it with you and see if you relate. If you don't relate, then maybe it isn't a spectrum for you, or you're not ready to receive this information yet, which is, that's commonplace. But let me get into it. Okay, I have a real broad perspective of this because me and my twin were not meant to be together, and we're supposed to do our jobs separate. Some twins are meant to come together. Let me read this to you because I wrote it out. To me, a twin flame timeline is an ancient celestial happening event. I believe there are 4 waves to what is known as a catalyst in this purge or event. This is a world event, and it's as old as time. And because of a war-torn society throughout history, we had to evolve beyond the destruction of ourselves for the age of Aquarius that's coming in, about peace and harmony and the humanitarian age. So this pretty much started coming online where everybody started noticing it from the 1940s. And there were waves of generations that were born. These are what is known as the incarnated 144,000. It does not signify an actual number, but a vibration. And if you want to reference that, you can go to the Emerald Tablets, and you can find that on YouTube or in Google. Okay. And in an astrological natal chart, you can find the numbers and symbols and planets that give you the clues. So look at your natal chart, which you can go to astrotheme.com and punch in your numbers. There are several sites you can do that with, and punch in your birth date and everything and time of birth, and it will bring up your chart, and you can see these numbers in your chart. Okay. I'm not going to teach you how to read it, but you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. Like, let's go into my chart. Okay, that way it gives you a broader idea of what I'm talking about. I was born at 11:11 sidereal time, so that 11:11 signifies a twin flame. And a twin flame is here to change the timeline, to work as possibly a light worker, tarot reader, whatever the case may be, and bring it to attention of what this all means, because we've had to study it. Our awakening includes study, and lots of it. And the numbers 11, 22, 33, and 44 are very prominent in my chart. They're double numbers, and they're considered master builder numbers. So you're meant, in those areas where you have double numbers, you're meant to master that planet's archetype. So wherever those double numbers are laying, it lies within a planet, and the planet has a personality archetype, what it's supposed to do. Like Jupiter is money and spirituality, Venus is love and riches, and Pluto is the things that are hidden and the occult. Okay, so go in, do your homework. Okay, do your homework, find out your information, because to know thyself is the way to go. All right, and the powers that be have excluded time of birth from some people's birth certificates, but this is crucial for reading a birth chart correctly, because you need to know the ascendant, which mine is Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. So, and that governs your entire chart. So, make sure that you got your birth time in there so you can find out what your ascendant is, because that is ultimately what governs your entire chart. Sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking. And if you felt your whole life nobody relates or understands you, this is a good indication that you need to research this topic. You know, these are the generations of the boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, which are 2000s and more. We were all born to change the present paradigm and to see beyond the veil of forgetfulness, to bring about change for the upcoming age of Aquarius. And that is why everyone you know is starting to wake up to the false timeline, fake news, fake everything. And so what is a twin flame? It's a vibration. Some are born with it and others can find it if they choose to. Now, you have to seek. Seek and ye shall find. This is part of what the Bible was trying to tell you. Okay? And this is to bring about the change for the upcoming age of Aquarius. Okay, so, and one of the laws of the universe that you cannot surpass is free will. So you have to want to know, or you can't force this idea on other people, because it is voluntary. Everything is governed by free will in this universe. Okay? Being a twin flame is not an easy path to choose, because it comes with shifts, twists, and turns, and responsibility to serve the greater good of the collective consciousness. So it also comes with what is called as the dark night of the soul. And if you want me to, I'll do another video on that, because that's a whole, subject all in itself. But before you embark on this journey and finding your twin flame, you got to understand that this isn't a walk in the park. Okay, this is not an easy path to choose. Your whole life you go around believing in things that really don't exist, and all of a sudden you're waking up and realizing your intuition was on point the whole time. Okay? Even in the darkest moments, you just knew there was a purpose to discomfort that you felt throughout your life. Okay? You may not get the answer you wanted or expected. Okay? This is the universe working through you. So, and your own universe is speaking. Okay? So, whatever comes to you is the right answer. And you might not get the answer you wanted or expected, but you get the answer you needed to embark on this journey. Now, I've had to go through several of my deaths, okay? As trippy as it can be, you regress in your dream time once you start going on this journey, and it teaches you things about yourself that you didn't know. And this journey is really not easy, because you have to accept and forgive everything. It's the key to this journey. You have to accept what is and forgive everything that happened to you. Okay? And some people really have a hard time with that. So do your best I'm not saying you have to, embark on this journey. It's up to you. It's up to your soul. It's, you have to want to. And I've only been awake this time since 2017. Before that, I thought I was awake, but I had no idea, really. And I'm still learning as I go. When you feel whole within and at peace with what has been and what is, you're getting there. Okay? Completely whole in all your imperfections is the lesson that you learn in the twin flame dynamic. And when you meet your twin light flame, there is no mistake in it, and you will never be. Excuse me. You will never be the same again. Okay? I'm going to give you a brief example of my experience, but it's far too personal to really get into, okay? But I was just dating. Nothing serious. Wasn't looking for it. I chose myself. I chose to be single. I like being single. It's just the way I am. I'm a Sag rising, so it's real hard to tie down a Sagittarius. Okay? And I met this guy, and I thought it was just a random thing, but it turned out to be anything but random. And it was no accident, and it changed me forever. The last time we went together was like a supernatural experience that I can't even explain. I called him a charger, like, the phone charger. Because it guided me to all the answers that I needed. And where I thought I had control, I didn't. Okay? I found my answers through this process. And I won't get into the juicy details as it's way too personal. What I can tell you is I found easy communication of the unknown for both of us. He was just as intrigued and triggered as I was. This is the first sign of a twin. Okay? The fact that they're interested in learning what it is despite appearances on the surface. You cannot get this information to anyone unless they want to know. Or they already know. And this is my experience, is that when I started talking about this to this person, they already knew. They hadn't even studied it, but they already knew. Okay? And that blows your mind. They had studied languages and ancient scripture and stuff like that, so they had a rough overview of what it was. Because this goes way, way back, guys, to the beginning of time. But be careful of pushing your beliefs on an wanting partner, because they like I said before, they may not be ready to receive this information yet. Give them time, or you may lose them for a while until they figure out what the truth is. You will be on the same page esoterically and etherically when the time is right. Another sign of the twin is telepathy. You will not have to ask each other, nor ask about them, or ask about their feelings, because the telepathy is off the chart with the twin. And somehow you just know everything about them that you need to know. Even the things they don't want you to know. Okay? Even things you don't want to know. This is just what comes with this twin flame journey. And it's one of the most difficult encounters you will experience with another human being, because it'll change you, and there's no going back once it happens. It makes you face yourself in a way, forcing you to see your own fears, shadows, and demons. Okay, twin flames are not like soulmates. They go beyond the physical world. They are mirrors to your soul, and they vibrate at the same frequency, thus causing the paranormal telepathy that you will experience. Twins also do not feel the need to be together all the time. They know from a telepathic connection that in the heavens they will always be together. As above, so below. Hermes Trismegistus, and that's in the Emerald Tablets. As above, so below means this, that everything is in the now. All your past, present, and future is now. So there really isn't, time is fluid, not linear. And this is one of the things that you learn through this process. All that is and will be is now. Period. They awaken each other to the new paradigm and in turn are changed forever, even if they do not stay together. While some twins are meant to be parents. Now I wrote this, okay, because of all my studying. And I did a brief summary edit on what it was, so I could explain it to other people, because I'm not real good at just randomly speaking, so I have to write everything down. We're here to clear the old programming of this matrix from the old paradigm of slavery and, you know, all war and all that other stuff. And this is why it's happening all over the world. The twin is a trigger, okay? The catalyst to get you on the path in life of acceptance, unconditional love, and compassion. No, I'm not saying be a doormat for someone. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Because there is an understanding between twins. You don't even have to say it. You will either go your separate ways, or you're here to create a child, a family. And it can go either way. You know, like I said, my twin and me, we weren't supposed to be together, but he's in a position of power. And he has to go on his own journey. He has to do the things that are going to awaken his soul fully. And he's in a position to help people. So that is why he has to wake up, so he can help people. That is why I had to wake up, so I can help people. And we do this separate but together, if that makes any sense to you. This is the exact opposite of being jealous and hateful and disrespectful. It's just the exact opposite of that. You respect each other's boundaries, and you don't even have to say it. You will, however, recognize the soul's familiarity and feeling and safe feeling that you get. And it's like, when I met this person, I felt like I had known them for forever. I mean, first day together, and we didn't have to speak. We didn't have to. I mean, we did, and we had a really good time, but we didn't have to go into anything personal at all. And we already knew what the other one was doing. Okay? That was my experience in this. Our faces tend to look like our souls, so you may even recognize the face. Okay? Have you ever heard the eyes are the window to the soul? This is where that saying comes in. And with twins, and when twins are meeting, things just seem to flow and you feel like you found forever, no questions asked. That is because you have, regardless of the outward appearances. This is why people get this confused with the soulmate. And even through this is forever. It does not mean that you will end up together or be shining on the same timeline. You will both have things that needs to be done during this awakening. That is separate from one another. And that is why this is so hard, because you'll never experience this with anyone else. I tried to avoid it. And as much as I knew that we could never share a life, I had to admit who he was to me, regardless of the way we found each other. And okay, let's go into this a little bit more here. In order to find myself and the truth of what was happening to me, And doesn't ever go away, even if you try to turn it off. I'm serious, it doesn't, because it's still, the information's still coming in telepathically, and you can't stop it. It's just, you can try, but I've several attempts and I've been unsuccessful. Okay? It's still there. And I still have contact with him even though we don't speak. I mean, we do occasionally, but it's not the same. Okay? We're just in a friendship kind of situation. We talk to each other occasionally. That's it. He lives in a different country, if that gives you any indication. And he came here on vacation, and that's how we met. And it was really, really strange. Really strange situation. We didn't do the all falling in love and all that other stuff. Because that's, sometimes that happens, but most of the time with a twin it doesn't, because you recognize this person, even though you've never met him. It's as simple as that. Okay. And as I stated previously, you won't be the same after you meet this person. Twins can marry and have children with other people. Other people. Go and have whole other families. But they're still your twin soul. They still reflect to you, your mirror. All your fears, all your shadows, all your demons, and all the good stuff too. All your light. So, but they trigger the dark night of the soul, which puts you into a downward spiral and makes you go back to the beginning. Okay? You will relive a lot of your past lives. You will relive your entire history. Okay? And once you do that, you come out the other side and you're in better shape. And if you are a true twin flame, there is no jealousy or misjudgment. And you have your own soul contract to fill. Okay? Everybody has their own soul contract to fill. And what the twin flame experience does is it brings your masculine and your feminine side into balance. So you can balance out those two sides of who you are and be whole. And once you're like that, life is never the same. Okay? Well, I hope this helped explain to you what a twin flame is, and ask yourself these 3 questions if you meet someone that makes you feel this way. Are we the same vibration? Usually you are. Do I feel as if I've known them before, even though we have never met? Usually you do. And why can I hear and feel their thoughts and actions as if they were my own? Because that's what happens. That's what happens. The telepathy is there. You don't have to force it. It's there, period. And once that you've started on this journey, there is no going back. The previous timeline will cease to exist. Everything in your past will cease to exist. And everything you used to believe in will become a lost memory and completely irrelevant in your journey. You'll be cleaning out the cobwebs through your own in-depth shadow work. And you will be required to do the shadow work in order to come out okay on the other side. Okay? Nobody is going to help you with that. Just know that. I mean, you could go to a psychiatrist all day long, but ultimately you have the answers to whatever you're asking. Okay, I'll do another piece on that subject. Like I said, if you want me to, just let me know. And remember that you're never alone in the universe. And we're all waking up on a grand scale for the upcoming 1,000 years of the Aquarian age. And that age is all about peace, harmony, and humanitarianism. That's what Aquarius represents. Pisces is a slave age. We're coming out of that. Our owners will not exist anymore. Okay? Well, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you did in the comments below, and I will see you for readings this week. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.